So we were dealing with the parasympatholytics. Okay, parasympatholytics, we saw the classification. Classification involves two main categories. One is solanaceous alkaloids. The second main category is synthetic cholinesterase. Fine, solanaceous alkaloids, our prototype is atropine sulfate, followed by hyoscyamine sulfate, scopolamine hydrobromide. Okay, one moment. Homatropine hydrobromide, ipratropium bromide. Out of these, we have to see, we saw already ipratropium bromides synthesis. Then the second main division is synthetic cholinesterase. You have four main subcategories there: amino alcohol esters, amino alcohol ethers, amino alcohols, amino amides. Then lastly, miscellaneous. Okay. So the examples for amino alcohol esters are cyclopentolate, clidinium bromide, dicyclomine hydrochloride, so glycopyrrolate, methanthelene bromide, and propanthelene bromide. Then amino alcohol ethers, benztropine mesylate, orphanadron citrate. Amino alcohols, bipyridine hydrochloride, procyclidine hydrochloride, tridihexethyl chloride. Then amino amides, tropicamide, isopropamide, iodide. Then miscellaneous, one agent we have, that is ethopropazine hydrochloride. So out of these synthetic cholinesterase, we need to learn the synthesis of dicyclomine hydrochloride. So we learned that in the last classes, and we have proceeded to other chemical structures. Then we need to see the synthesis of procyclidine hydrochloride, which is the third one in the unit. So total three synthesis in this topic, that is parasympatholytics. So we saw the synthesis of ipratropium bromide and dicyclomine hydrochloride earlier. So today we will see the structure of structure and synthesis of procyclidine hydrochloride. Fine. Procyclidine hydrochloride. So hydrochloride is the salt. Okay, HCl. So the starting material for the synthesis of procyclidine hydrochloride is acetophenone, formaldehyde, and tetrahydropyrrole. So first I'll write the structure of procyclidine. Okay, here I'll write, because this is our end product. This is attached to one carbon. To the same carbon we have a phenyl ring attached. One phenyl ring and one cyclohexyl ring and one OH group. Okay, this is having ethylene link, and you have pyrrolidine. Okay, so this is the structure of procyclidine. It is a salt of hydrochloride, so HCl. So this is the final structure. Okay, so let us see the synthesis. Starting material is acetophenone. Acetyl means CH3COOH. In that, hydrogen is replaced by phenyl group. Then we can call it as acetophenone. So phenyl group attached in place of hydrogen of acetate. Acetophenone. Then you have formaldehyde. Aldehyde is CHO, right? Formaldehyde is HCHO. This is formaldehyde. Then comes tetrahydropyrrole or pyrrolidine. If you observe, these all are like building bricks for a house, right? See, acetophenone, if you compare with the final structure of procyclidine, phenyl ring, carbon, and the double bond will be converted into OH at the end. And this CH3 will be forming one of the carbons of ethylene link. And in HCHO, formaldehyde, you have another ethyl link. Okay. So we are now having pyrrolidine. So most of the basic skeleton can be made by combining these three things. So this is pyrrolidine. Or using all these three, okay, and there will be a formation of Mannix base or Mannix during the reaction. So you will get, so you can easily predict what structure will be the result of this reaction. So you just join them, okay. First acetophenone thing. So for my convenience, I am okay. I'll write down. So acetophenone, this thing you are getting from acetophenone, C double bond O. In CH3, you have to replace one hydrogen to link to the another methyl group in formaldehyde. Okay, this is the thing we got from acetophenone. Then CHO, formaldehyde. From formaldehyde, we are getting another methyl group, so that it will make ethylene link. Okay, now it is fused with the pyrrolidine. Okay, so its name is beta pyrrolidino propiophene. Beta pyrrolidino propiophene. So the carbonyl group, the immediate carbon attached to it is alpha, and the next one is beta. So to the beta carbon you have pyrrolidine. So by beta pyrrolidino propiophene. Propane means three carbons. One, two, three. Three carbons, and it is a carbonyl group. So we can call it as propiophene. Phenyl is on the other side of carbonyl group. So propiophene. So to this you will add Grignard reagent. What is Grignard reagent? Grignard reagent is RMgX. R is alkyl or any aryl group. Okay. Mg is magnesium, and halogen any of the four, chlorine or bromide or iodine. So here we are using cyclohexyl magnesium chloride. We add Grignard's reagent, that is cyclohexyl. This is cyclohexane, right? This is attached to the metal magnesium. So cyclohexyl magnesium. And the halogen we are using is chlorine. So this is cyclohexyl magnesium chloride. Okay. So after adding this will undergo hydrolysis. Through hydrolysis, we will get our final product, that is procyclidine. So is it clear? It is simply assembling three basic constituents of the final structure, and on the way we'll have the formation of Mannix base. So that is beta pyrrolidino propiophene, that ultimately getting added with the RMgX, that is Grignard's reagent. Importance, that is procyclidine. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Okay. So did you miss my voice now for a second?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So that is synthesis of procyclidine. So now let's see the structure of tridihexethyl chloride. Did we see? We saw the structure of tridihexethyl yesterday, right? Did we? So tridihexethyl is having the similar structure to that of procyclidine, but here you have the nitrogen that is involved in pyrrolidine is having three ethyl groups attached to, and I have this tridihexethyl chloride. Fine. So this is all about amino alcohols. So we need to proceed to amino amides. So in amino amides, what are the examples we have? Tropicamide and isopropamide iodide. Amino amides. So the examples under amino amides is tropicamide, and isopropamide. So let's see the structure of tropicamide first. A phenyl ring attached with alkyl side chain. Here you have methanol attached to the first carbon, then a carbonyl group and a nitrogen, to which you have another methyl link. Okay, and you have pyridine. Pyridine is a six-membered heterocyclic ring having nitrogen as the heteroatom. Okay, so it is CH2. To this nitrogen, you have ethyl group attached to it. Okay, so tropic amide. So here C double bond O NH is the amide. Okay, and what is trop? Where it is taken from? It is taken from the tropane ring. Okay, atropine. Although you don't have tropane ring here, if you see the structural similarity, heterocyclic aromatic ring is linked with a carbon that is attached to CH2OH and CON. Okay, so similar to, he compared at that time, he wanted to compare it with atropine. Okay, so that is the reason behind the name tropicamide, trop in the name. Okay, amide, so this is it. So amide is this. So you have to remember the side which is there towards nitrogen and the side which is there towards carbonyl group. So what is attached towards carbonyl group is phenyl, okay, methyl ethanol, phenyl ethanol, okay, and to the nitrogen we have ethyl group attached, and here one methyl group linking pyridine. So this is how you can remember the structure of tropicamide. Okay, then let's see the structure of isopropamide iodide. Isopropamide iodide. Let me take this out. Isopropamide iodide. So iodine is the salt form here. Isopropamide is the salt of iodine. Okay. So here you have a carbon, central carbon. Okay. you have 4 attachments. 2 of them are phenyl rings. 2 of them are phenyl rings. One is amide, C double bond O, NH2 is the amide, right? Now you have ethyl link here. To this you have an nitrogen of amine, which is subsequently having methyl group attached, and 2 more groups, that is isopropyl groups. Okay, CH, CH3, CH3. Okay, and here also another isopropyl group. So this is an isopropyl group, this is an isopropyl group. Okay, this is methyl group. So isopropamide, and this is whole structure is the salt of iodide, so I minus. So here positive charge to the nitrogen. So isopropyl groups, remember in isopropamide you have isopropyl groups and you have amide, and you compare that of the structure of propycamide. So this is the structure of isopropamide. So these are the 2 examples we have under amino amides. So the last structure of this unit is ethopropazine hydrochloride. Let's see the structure of ethopropazine, that is miscellaneous, right? So ethopropazine hydrochloride. So I'll show you one ring. This is the benzene or phenyl ring fused with this ring. What is this ring? Sulfur is thia, nitrogen is aza. So we can call it as thiazole, thiazine. Okay, and this ring have another phenyl ring fused to this one. So this ring is have 2 phenyl rings fused on 2 sides. Fine. So this is not appearing on your board still. So do you see the complete cycle, 3 cycles? 3, I have drawn 3 rings. Did you see 3 rings on the board?
No, sir.
No, there is some lag, I guess, in the connection. So okay, by the time I finish, it will appear, I guess. Let's see. Okay, to this you have the similar thing, Amma. So this is 3 rings fused together or 6-membered rings. The between one will have 2 heteroatoms, that is sulfur and nitrogen. Okay, we can call it as thiazine. Thiazine ring is having 2 phenyl rings fused at both the directions. So to the nitrogen attached is this side chain. Okay, CH2. The side chain is like CH2, CH, and nitrogen. To the same CH you have a methyl substitution, and to the nitrogen you have 2 ethyl groups attached. That is the salt of HCl. I don't know why it is not reflecting it. Okay, now you can see, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the structure. So you have a thiazine ring attached with the side chain. Okay, that is ethyl link. In that ethyl link, the carbon attached to the nitrogen is having methyl group as a substrate, and the nitrogen of the this one is having two ethyl groups on it. So this is the structure of ethopropazine. So with this we have completed unit 3. Okay.